Hi, I'm Dilution. I work as the Vice President of Sales at Kingslake. I come with 15 plus years of experience in sales and marketing and mainly on the IT industry. So if you take Kingslake as an organization, we are more focused on mid-size manufacturing organizations in Sri Lanka and worldwide as well. We help them grow with their business.
Hi, my name is James. I am the Group Head of Business Operations for One Envoy Group. I did my studies at Dilution College in Caldana and did my Masters at Cardiff Metropolitan University. We were focusing on developing and bringing up all of the products, but to highlight Job Envoy, we provide job opportunities for the Sri Lankans, both locally and abroad.
What does the future of digital transformation look like?
It's all about agility and being cognitive these days. Everything is changing, and not like before in the past where you build a static website or build a static application and work on it, and then once you require to move forward, then you would go for another one and you have to invest on something from the scratch. But in the future it's going to be very agile. Something if you build something, it needs to be agile and it needs to be developed. It should be cognitive, where you use a lot of AI, and human emotions should be able to be touched and read.
So it will be an extension of AI. As you know, we have machine learning, AI working together right now. So in future, it will be these two together with the human intelligence. What if we have automated self-healing processes and self-healing, self-learning workflows? I think that is where the future holds.
What is a typical day like for you?
Initially, it's about planning, planning it right for you to have a successful day. So for me personally, I would first of all plan as to what we need to achieve during one day, and then on my way to work, I usually speak to my team, get them on a con call if they are on the way, or if they're at the office, wherever we are. We just take that time to discuss about the things that we need to achieve within that day, and then the task and what is impeding our progress, so that when we reach the office and when we really need to get the things done, we are halfway through, we are ready to get the work done. So that is something in the start, and then we always communicate, and with the team, everything is transparent. So we talk to each and every one about the elements that we are going to achieve during the day, and at the end of the day we will gather and discuss what we have achieved and what needs to be brought forward to the next day. Is like more like the day's work.
So I usually start work at 8:30 with a daily scrum with my sales team. So this helps me to prioritize the work and understand what sort of urgent matters that we need to attend immediately, which helps again to balance the complete day's work. So by the end of the day, we will have a wrap-up meeting where we will understand what we've gone through the entire day, whether we have completed what we've worked on and what we planned, and focus and plan for the next day's meetings as well as the workload.
What was your first big breakthrough in the industry?
It's all about, first of all, we had a very, in the previous question also I've kind of explained, it was a very basic set up or a web application where people can apply for their jobs, and then the CVs will be forwarded to companies automatically without being screened or anything like that. But the breakthrough is that we sat and redesigned, re-innovated the entire platform as to how we accept applications for positions. So this kind of helped us in understanding the algorithms, and then to figure out how we can push the CVs for the right positions only. So we have included a little bit of AI, which is in development right now, and the platform, as I said before, is very agile, so we are not afraid to move forward. We are future ready. So this is a breakthrough of implementing and releasing a job application portal called Job Envoy, where people can really utilize that, and then it will screen people online on the platform itself before sending the CVs, before selecting the CVs to be sent to different positions. This for me is a real breakthrough.
So we've actually focused on our day-to-day work. We were going through the same scenarios using same technology. But looking at the future and what the world is moving into, we took up, I think would say, a tough challenge, and we built a platform which is a rapid development tool which is called smartapps.lk. So that was our breakthrough. That has the capabilities of using machine learning and AI as a part of it, and try to develop applications on top of the platform to help these mid-sized organizations grow into the enterprise level that they want to. So yes, smartapps.lk was our breakthrough.
Have you ever taken a role in a company that hasn't fit into your long-term career plans?
Yeah, that would be when as soon as I completed my studies, advanced levels, and then I was looking for job opportunities while looking for further education. And then IT was the trend then as now. And though IT was my passion, I was looking for something to be started really quickly. So I've joined one of these companies which was not in line with my dream and passion. I went for the job, and then they selected me immediately as a fresher, and then assigned me some tasks that was like very, it's not in line with the focus I had. So it took me a couple of days and a couple of weeks probably to realize that's not my passion, so I had to give it up. But I've learned something out of it.
Yes, I have. Some time back, I think as soon as I left school, I believe, I was recruited as a junior executive for an administration department for one of the leading telcos at that time. So there, I didn't know whether it was actually whether it's the path that I want to go in. So I was there working for about a year or so when I realized, looking at others who were doing a different job, how they enjoyed the job that they were doing. And with my skills and with the expertise I had at that time, I was able to convince the management to get me into a similar role. So I think I was able to convince them to get there. Yes, of course, I had that mistake as well.
How do you handle a larger than average workload?
When you get a workload which is huge and which is tedious, first, in my experience, what I usually do is you break it into different segments or different areas first. You wouldn't look at the entire project or entire thing as a whole. You break it into small projects or small areas, and then look at it, and then you funnel it towards one goal at the end. When you achieve all of these segmented areas, and then when you complete all of that, the final result will be a complete thing. So that is how I look at larger projects.
So as I mentioned earlier, I prioritize my work. So this actually helps me to set achievable but realistic targets. So also sometimes, taking a break also helps. So you have time to relax and understand what would be the solution for this and how can you reduce your workload and the pressure that you get through it.
How do you handle stress?
Stress is something that we create in our heads, I would say personally. If you want to take something as a stress, then it'll always be a stress, and then it'll always bother you. But if you look at it as a challenge, and if you look at it as something that you can achieve but with a different approach, then it'll be easier for you to get through that stress. So for an example, let's say you have something that you need to complete within a very shorter period of time, and then you are running out of time, and then if you look at it as a stress, then you will always worry about, okay, how I'm gonna get this completed. But in the similar situation, where if you look at how to utilize your resources in a different way, or how to if it is really tedious, or if it is really hard to achieve it during that time, keeping the customer informed and then letting them know there can be a delay, but we are trying our level best, being transparent and communicating as much as possible will help you. So that is how I would deal with situations like that.
So I have the capability of multitasking as a person, and I feel stress helps me get motivated and gets my day productive. As long as I plan ahead and focus on what my priorities are, stress at a certain level is fine for me. So I am able to manage my stress levels and get myself motivated and productive at the same time.
What do you enjoy the most about being a business leader?
It's about human interaction. I always love to be with people, love to communicate and talk to people and hear their ideas, and then that way you get to know what other people would think of a certain problem or an issue or something that we want to achieve. You're looking at a 360-degree solution and something that you wouldn't know. So that interests me, to listen to people and then come to a conclusion as a group of people or as a team rather than an individual. That motivates me the most.
So basically I enjoy working with a team, and other thing is I like to help people out. So these two coming together has helped me to enjoy my work and as well as manage my stress. So for also that at my current organization at Kings Lake, we work as a family. So my team and I work as a family, and we make sure that we enjoy every bit of what we do. Whether we win or whether we lose, it's always a learning, and we take it very positively. So that is what I enjoy the most.
What was your mission at the outset?
The mission was to become one of the IT professionals as soon as I completed my high school studies. So I thought, okay, just like the others, I would also should be in the IT industry, picking up an IT position and then studying IT further. So that made me get into information technology, learning new things, and move up the ladder. But that became one of the part of my process along the way. But it has a hybrid effect where you use IT and your corporate knowledge, your administrative knowledge and people management all together to move forward.
The mission for me was to get in and excel in the sales and marketing field. But at the initial stage, I was not sure whether it was technology or banking is what I wanted to follow. But as I mentioned before, I always had a knack for technology. So I always wanted to do research and find out what new technology is and things like that. So with the experience that I carried along the way, helped me to understand where and what I need to drive on. So that is what made me use my mission and where I am right now on technology and helping people out.
If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
It's very simple. You have to be genuine, and you have to have a cause in your life, and you have to always ask and follow the why factor. A lot of people would do something and they will do it for, they will have many reasons, but understanding why you are doing it is very important. That's the core of whatever you do that brings you to success. So just to summarize, be honest and then know why you're doing whatever you're doing.
I would say have a goal and figure out whether your goal is aligned with the dreams that you have, and then drive towards your dreams where you will achieve your goal. That's my advice to you.
What do you know of each other as business leaders?
About Dilution, I've heard about Dilution and the company basically as IT professionals who would provide 360-degree solutions to the Sri Lankan market. Initially, they have started in the UK, and I think they have deployed all over the world right now with a footprint in most of the countries. So, which is a good thing. When you are evolving, when you're bringing your business to the next level, you have to set your foot on the other countries as well.
So I just met James, and from what we were discussing, I think he heads the operations at the NY Holdings. Of course, which is a diversified group, which has, from starting from human capital to real estate to other ventures, which is also I would say what this country needs. This country needs its own mushrooms. So this is a mushroom, but which does not go off as soon as you are blown out. So I think that's what we need as a country.
What advice would you tell the other?
I think it's more than an advice. I think it's being future ready. In the ever-growing market, I think we people like us need to be in contact. We need to meet at more events, and then we need to go and talk to people and figure out how we can spread our businesses across above and beyond in the country and out of this country around the world. So I would say when you are spreading wings, we need to work together now. Not like in the past where you work alone. You have to work together. You may be in different companies, in different businesses, but the future is where you get together, provide bespoke solutions to clients. So that's my advice to you.
So more than an advice, I think what I would like to suggest is that we work together as two organizations and as two individuals in this professional environment. Because I think I agree with James, because future is working together. Gone are the days where as an individual you used to go to market and try to develop your market or your business, which right now requires a lot of influence. And influence can only be done or given by relationships and relationships with corporates who will influence another corporate with the influence that they have. So I believe that is what my advice, and that is what I would expect for us to work together.
What first impression did you have of each other?
A good question. We didn't get to speak until the end of the program, so I saw him around, and then I thought, okay, someone who's managing the entire business, someone who's taking control and then has a firm grip of everything. And then like I thought, like I imagined, when we get to speak a little further, I thought my gauge or what my assumptions were right. So Yeah.
So I just saw him in the morning, and looking as pleasant as he is right now. So yeah, I guess pleasant, young blood, and working together with his team has shown this country what it looks like to be in the field of business. So yeah, that's about it.
What do you think of each other's venture?
I think it is a need of the hour. More than before, more than the years in the past. IT providing 360-degree solutions is what we need right now, because usually in the past people would get one solution from one company, another solution from another company, and then managing this is very cumbersome and very tedious. But with a solution like his, it would mean to a company that they don't have to have a hassle of managing everything different in different ways with different companies, but they would do everything for you, and they would provide a bespoke solution, a 360-degree solution for you, which means less hassle for you, and ultimately it means you have more time and capacity to think about the bigger picture to grow your business.
So I think, as I mentioned before, these are the type of businesses or ventures that we require in this country to grow. And I think Envoy Holdings has shown the capability of what they can do. And James being on top of it, I think helps more than anyone else also to let the business grow. So I would say this is what we need, and definitely all the best to James to take it up and grow the business further.
What do you think about this program?
I think this is the need of the hour. Everyone needs to adapt this system where you introduce businesses from one business to the other, how it differs and how different people can work together, spreading ideas. Because for the future, the generation, it's going to be digital media, online presence, and then a lot of things will go off the record, like printed publishers and all of that. So while you still need to read a book, it is very important because to tap into the minds of the future generation, to have promotions like this, to have programs like this where you explain how things can be better via online platforms. And I think this program is very important and vital to the younger generation and people who's going to take the future to their hand.
I believe this program has given me an opportunity to meet James, who is from a different field compared to what I do. So I believe, yes, these type of programs must be there, and this is where the future is. So gone are the days where I used to watch television or read a paper or things like that. Now it's all on your phone, on your tab. So this will create that awareness, how and give the impression to the world that as a country what we are capable of doing, and what sort of businesses are there in this country that people don't know of, and build relationships like James and myself, for an example. So I would say all the best, and definitely keep up this, and we need to grow this in